Okay, so in any event, okay, the 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 film opens up, okay, and this one guy's review basically says that right off of the the bat, you know, dating back to 1959, okay, Barbie basically hates men and basically wants you to know that the doll was fully supported by the patriarchy, okay, and maybe even now so. So they're saying that even though the doll's measurements have changed and they've changed them so that they are more, I guess, in tune with what a actual woman would be, they increased their hip to shoulder ratio, and they even like I guess maybe the doll was akin to like a double D or something. So they basically gave her a a boob reduction, okay, in terms of the doll itself. So they've made it like, I guess, more in what they feel to be more in line with what a normal woman would be. Okay, so this movie starts out on the premise of that basically she's living in Barbie land, and even though she's there and everything is amazing, okay, she she feels that something might be missing in her particular world, and now wants to go into what is legitimately the real world, okay, and ironically it is California that they choose to be the real world of modern day, in terms of where they're going to. And then I'm not going to get into the premise of why they're going there, okay, but rest assured, they start in Barbie Land, they come into the real world, and that's where all hell breaks loose. Okay, because what happens is Ken, the doll portrayed by Ryan Gosling, basically, thinks something is missing in his relationship. He's like, wait a second, I'm Ken, but I feel like I'm like a side fixture here. Okay, I feel like I'm just kind of like an add-on to what's going on here in Barbie's life, in her world. And I'm sorry if I'm like really taking people down a peg and like kind of ruining their whole existence, because they're probably out there. These guys are thinking like, holy crap, this is like my life. This is I'm Ken. You know, let me go take a drive. So please don't do that. But in this case, anyway, Barbie, they go into the real world, and that's where everything goes crazy, because now they encounter a girl. I think she's supposed to be 14 or something, a real girl, and the reception that she gets from Barbie is nothing to what she thinks it's going to be. She thinks, oh wow, they're playing with my likeness, and I'm doing all these good things, and you know, I'm 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 a good role model. Well, that's not what this, and it's obviously it's supposed to be a modern girl of 2023 here, and she basically lays it on her like, oh, you put forth a bad example. We can't live up to it. You're too perfect. That's not how people are. Blah blah blah. You're disgusting. You're part of the problem, not the solution. So this ushers in this whole thing where Barbie goes on, this crusade to find out what really matters. Blah 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 blah. There are different scenes where, of course, once Ken gets in this realm of the real world, he sees how people react to him and how